One of the reasons I created Sorrowstorm is because I got to express a very dark side of me while still remaining Christian. I'd been listening to secular black metal for years, and it was a bit much. The whole satanic thing was almost comical for me. But a lot of the death metal bands that were coming out in the early 90s, mid 90s, these people were sincere. I mean, I would read their lyrics and I'm like, I'm feeling a lot of what you guys are feeling. I'm a Christian. Even before I was converted. I'm feeling these same feelings. And even after being converted, I'm feeling these same feelings. Um, so with Sorrowstorm, I wanted people to know how dark of a person that I could be, and that the content of my thoughts could be, without compromising my witness for Christ and my belief in the infallibility of the Bible. But I can't get away from that portion of having to put myself in the text of my lyrics. Um, you have you ever watched a show called One Man Metal? It's a documentary, a three-part documentary. One Man Metal. It's about two American solo black metal projects and one from Tasmania. And the guys are like loners and everything, and it was hard to find them. Um, they remain kind of anonymous and stuff like that. Um, Sometimes when I'm not feeling particularly happy, I like to think of myself as one of those guys, like a Jeff Whitehead or Scott Connor, or Scott. I forget his last name, Scott, from Zaster, but the Christian version. So I would like to say maybe I'm the Christian version of those dudes, like the one man guy who's like them in many ways, but I write Christian lyrics and I'm a Christian, so I don't go as far as they do with the negativity, and definitely not the anti-Christian sentiment. Um, I will use the anti-satanic sentiment, which I don't use anymore because it's just, it's been done way too much, I think. But um, I never liked doing much of what my peers liked to do. For one, in my culture, um, I'm Latin American. I don't like to dance. I don't like dancing. Um, I don't like going to parties. You know, um, unless I know that it's going to be a party that I'm going to have fun, and I have to know beforehand if I'm going to actually have fun. Who's going to be there? How long am I going to be there? So before, it was me getting wasted when I wasn't a Christian, and when I was sometimes, so I can bear the nonsense that a lot of people had to, um, transmit through their meaningless conversations. That's why being in a band was so hard for me, because I genuinely, a lot of times, I didn't like the riffs that other people made up. So now, if they insist on making a song, now I'm playing a song that sucks. So do you see why I don't like collaborating with other musicians unless with my main projects? I don't, because I want to write stuff that I want to listen to. And so Sorrowstorm was a channel for my anger and darkness and depression and anxiety and many times hatred, while still remaining kind of true to scripture. You'll see that in Caverns of Grief, especially. Funeral Oath was more kind of anti-satanic, just mystical, anti-mystical, if you will. But I never went to my prom. I don't go to proms. That's kind of like, that's a girl thing to do, you know? Like, I didn't really go on dates. I don't care about that stuff. It's not important to me. Of course, I have a wonderful family, awesome family. I love them. There's never been a problem there. But I don't like doing social things for a very long time because I get drained. There's also things that I have to do. I have to do songwriting. My songs aren't just, cheap things that take, 5 minutes to make. They're a lot more complex now. So I really have to think about this. But I work. I have a full-time job. I have to take care of my health. I have a million things to do. I can't be doing all these social things. Like, I have to be social. I like being social. But it really depends on what's going on. Because there's always some dude who's going to dominate the conversation. And that's a huge trigger for me. If you're the dude that dominates conversations, I'm not going to go to your party. Invite somebody else. So, on the one hand, I want to connect with people and stuff, but on the other hand, could you guys please make stuff up that's a lot more fun than what you make up? Can society do things that are more fun and that have more meaning, real meaning? And that's why I would rather just listen to metal with some people. You guys might not know this, but a lot of Encryptor lyrics were inspired by Suffocation. And Suffocation can be quite a negative band. Not the most negative, but they were real, Frank Mullen, he's a real dude. And I really respect people who, fine, they're really anti-Christian, or they say they are. They're probably not as anti-Christian as we think they are. Minus Glenn Benton of Dayside, I don't respect him. I think he's total. I think he's so overrated. One of the most overrated vocalists of all time, Glenn Benton. But he did a lot for the genre. A person I'm going to respect, then, is Mullen, who doesn't particularly like people, but he doesn't, go out of his way to do things that Benton does. But I actually have a lot of respect for the one-man black metal projects. I don't care how negative they are, because there's a form of connection that I have with them. Like Connor, he has serious mental issues. Everybody knows that. But he can be a cool dude. I've heard, people say pretty cool things about him. But the guy's gone through tough stuff, and he writes music that he wants to listen to. He transmits what he wants to transmit, and that's what I like to do also. Of course, my sound is not as dark and dissonant as his, as I'm more progressive. But still, if I don't get something out that's in here, then I don't know what's going to happen. So I've been toying around with, I have to write some praise lyrics. And then what about all the feelings that I have? What about all the xenophobia? What about all the nihilism, I suppose? The emotions, not the doctrine, but the emotions. Because let's face it, we're just like everyone else. Christians. We're just like everyone else. We have the same personality traits. We're just born again. And we're Bible believers. But if you think that I'm the type of person who doesn't wake up in the morning going, I don't want to be here today, or going to work saying, I'm trying to help these people in the social work field, and sometimes I wish they want to be homeless, fine. Go back out and be homeless. I'm not going to help you anymore. So, the feelings that I have in my head have to go on into the lyrics, and sometimes into my the riffs that I write. That's why I'm sitting here and I'm saying that my riffs are not as dark as they used to be, and it's kind of bothering me. So, on one song, I think I'm just going to have a couple of the dark riffs, if you'll just let me have those. And we can do some major stuff, some major chord stuff, some singing. We can do that too. Kind of like Arcturus. You know, they're not dark. But let me have some darkness in my music, and also let me have some joy. So if you're the kind of person that doesn't like to do all this social stuff, even in Christian circles, this absolutely disgusts me what I was put through in like youth groups and stuff like that. I want to learn about doctrine. Can I please have doctrine? Hard doctrine? Can I please not be bored? Please? Please let's talk about superlapsarianism. Please let's talk about the republication theory of Klein. Can we talk about double predestination or unconditional reprobation? Can we please do that? Can we talk about how the Greek phrase pos hopisteuon in John 3:16 changes the meaning of what people believe the text says? Can we stop doing the same things, that we're doing with the easy Bible studies that I have to go to? Now I'm getting, riled up. And this has been an issue with me for a long time. I want to learn, but it's hard because it's hard to find people who read. So, if I want to talk about the philosophy of science or the philosophy of psychiatry, I have to go online. That means I have to miss your party with the obnoxious dude, who always steals the conversation and won't shut up. And then go on dates that aren't going to work, where I'm expected to pay, and where she's not even going to like me because I don't like dancing and I don't like to do all this stuff that girls want, or whatever it is that they want. I don't like to do those things. And I'm not going to I'm not going to be fake. I'm a sincere person. I'm 41 years old. I don't have time for that. If you don't like me for who I am, bro, that's cool. Still, buy my albums. Purchase my albums. You don't have to like me to purchase my albums. Just like my music. That's what I'm asking you to do. Commanding you to do is like my music, and don't like me. But if you like me, that's fine. So we have a both and type of dynamic. That is what I'm trying to shoot for. But it's hard because of my nihilistic bent. Not the doctrine, the feeling. So anyway, I have riffs in my head, but I gotta sit down. I gotta record them into my software, and I gotta decide what I'm gonna do for the rest of this album because I have no idea how this is going to turn out. Peace.